Oh, Jesus Christ. Our ancestors, they came with the horses. To get to Riga, it took 100 kilometers, it took 2 days, and that means that you cannot go faster. And that's important thing. So you need to stop, to socialize, and then to go to the next place. So you cannot drive, like just put the fuel and drive some 800 kilometers because you need to do it. It's unhuman. When you need to go from point to point and start to think that I will need to stop here, I will need to recharge. And by the way, maybe I can get to know somebody, get to see how they live here. So it's better for the communication between the people, because this communication nowadays is lost mostly. Go to collect some mushrooms. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is airplane. 100. 100 in 2 seconds. That's what we thought about. Yeah. Go to the forest and collect something, it opens so many doors in our brain. And we are collectors and we are hunters. That's what we became of. This is a World Cup in mushroom picking. Very beautiful.
It's like gravity doesn't exist anymore, you just do whatever you imagine. Just go and feel the wind and throw your body around, like, yeah.
Once you get the feeling of it, how the wind works and how it affects your body, you can just use it unlimited. We had a couple movies. The first one, which was a couple years ago, was with Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Tom was actually doubling Hollywood stars.
This is so cool, like this is really cool. Like the brakes is so enjoyable, really. Like I could only like drive like this to Riga, like, you know, just accelerating and braking. What I enjoy is that we don't have lots of people in our country.
A lot of trails and I would say a lot of places that are untouched.
Yeah,
like people haven't ruined it.
We traveled with a car and we stopped and we saw these ruins. It was ruins in that time. And we just came in and immediately we understood that this is our place. Industrial Soviet type pumping station. I fulfill my old dream. My best book in my childhood was Mystery Island by Jules Verne. It's about Captain Nemo and Nautilus submarine, and here we put some imaginated part of this submarine made from stainless steel, just to contrast with house which is covered by cotton steel, which rusts and stays nice brown.
Loft living, it is the way of the way of living. And nowadays people, really creative people, try to live in these unusual conditions. To live here, that is outstanding. That's not traditional. Traditional houses are at the waterfront, and you have these small windows and you go over the dunes to the sea, but here, sea is here. I want to die here, I said already.
This dramatic change is what happened in Latvia, in former Soviet Union, of course made my life very, very interesting. Because in 1990 we regained independence and I became Director General for the Department for Foreign Economic Relations in Cabinet of Ministers. I became Minister for State Reforms. I became Prime Minister. Man had to change his life in 5 years and then start something else. And I actually followed this rule. Latvians are quite calm and we like guests. Not maybe so much as Georgians, but still welcoming.
The Latvian landscape and wood, to go into to see the sea, to go into wood, to look at the sky. And our color is gray. 1,000 shades of gray. Sorry.
This radio telescope was built in 1964. It was built for Soviet Union Army purposes, mostly for observations for another military object and also for space observations.
It's more like a submarine because most of the parts, including the staircases, were borrowed from USSR time warships and submarines. For example, the system which gets this telescope moving is actually a gun turret from a ship with a cannon. Instead of a cannon, we mount up an antenna and we have a radio telescope. This astronomy research is actually more of a global thing. An international team linking these telescope sites in network can do this kind of research. It maybe doesn't solve anything in particular for people right here in country, but it definitely helps for Latvia to integrate in global research teams.
This place might be a sort of a goal to prove that this is a great place and people should come, enjoy everything. I mean, maybe us, maybe the country, maybe the local area. It's a great place. This place was in some ways built on a goodwill. You can come here and you can drink a tea, honey and bread in winter. I left Latvia in 1979. I was 17 years old. I was getting into trouble with my thinking. I was kind of radical, so I was running into problems and troubles with the local authorities, basically communist. In North America, I was becoming a better skier. Then I was getting better. Then I made a national team. Then I quit the school. Then I went to Olympics.
Came from Latvia about 10 years ago. What was it like getting out of that country? Freedom.
He showed up at a race and we're like, who is this crazy Latvian?
He was one of the young ones coming up that we older ones had to watch because he was doing really well.
I was starting to feel really strange and I passed out in the street. And then it turned out that my Olympics were over.
We have our own flag now. We have our own anthem.
Sometimes in your life, there are just these things. It's like a puzzle, you know. It comes together, and maybe you work for it. Maybe you challenge it. I don't know. But these are the times in your life, and when these things come together, you just do it.
Everybody goes across the continent, so we decided to go the other way, from north to south.
You see the country and you meet people, you meet rednecks, you meet cowboys on the way, all kinds of people. I'm very proud of my country, of course. I do not agree with a lot of things, and I just explained why. I think we could be smarter. Latvians were hard-working people. Some damage was done by Soviet Union, and now the modern times, that also. Take me to the next level. Wow. Hey, it's clean. I'm not used to sitting in the clean cars. Next time I prepare my road better for you.
You ready?
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, this is fast. It's unbelievable.
Why I'm a chef? I love food. I like to cook very much. My first profession was conductor of choir, choir dirigent, and but I couldn't finish the school. I was kicked out because I was a bit punk. In culinary, you read the recipes and books, and if you play music, you read the notes. And then after you read all the books and all notes, and you can play your own music, or you can cook your own dishes. The Latvian food, if we talk about Latvian food, well, there is some interesting combinations. How we like to eat cucumber, fresh cucumber with honey. I'm not sure that anywhere else people are eating fresh cucumber with honey, but we do. We were under so many different kings through the centuries.
And that influence comes from, Germany, Poland, Russia, and Sweden.
This is still a land of big opportunity. It is kind of like, wild, wild west where you go and you can build things from scratch. But it's changing quickly. We still have a lot of Soviet mentality, so it's not really that simple. But if you kind of understand how things work, it still is, I think, by big part, a land of big opportunity.
We have absolutely beautiful nature. We have a lot of empty spaces because on this land we live only less than 2 million people. It's 64,000 square kilometers. It's 3 times bigger as Belgium, let's say.
The nature is like absorber of all our instabilization, all the stresses, everything. You just go to the forest and calm down. And once you enter the nature, you just go out back in another shape, renewed.
Everyone, and welcome to Dallas, to our first live writing summit outside of Switzerland since fall 2019. Can you believe it has been that long? And for this special return edition, that means exploring the incredible Super RV collection in the company of the people and the machines that make this new family of watches so unique. The formation flight looked incredibly from the ground. How difficult was it to put it together?
Formation flying always takes a lot of planning, especially when you have 4 different aircraft types and also with vintage aircraft of this nature. So we were happy to do it.
Yeah, I think, George, I think that how you guys keep the story of these legendary airplanes alive with a watch that made its own mark on aviation is just truly amazing. And plus, it's a great tool for the cockpit and a pilot's companion. So it really is living history, George.
The Super RV really takes us back to the roots of Breitling's history, the heart and core of what makes Breitling, and always has. The heritage of the Super RV goes right back to 1939 and the introduction of Breitling's first design that was dedicated to pilots and aviators, the 765 chronograph line. So in many ways, this watch's story is the story of Breitling itself.
let's take a look at some of the design elements that define our new Super RV in detail. The highly legible dial design that incorporates 24-hour marking for the signature red-tipped GMT hand, as well as a seamlessly integrated date window. Next, we have the oversized crown and coin edge bezel. And now perhaps my favorite detail of all, the engraved sapphire caseback commemorating each of the incredible aircraft that the new Super RV designs are dedicated to. Finally, vintage calfskin straps recreated with this authentic pilot stitch design for extra strength and durability, as well giving you that all-important hand finish feel.
Welcome, George, to our brand new 47,000 square foot Henry V. Tippie National Aviation Education Center. So we've got young people of all ages, and we're hoping to impact thousands all across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So we believe that the aircraft and the history is such a great tool to bridge the past into the future. We also believe that education starts at the moment of inspiration. And there's no doubt that you can't be a young person and walk out and see these watches or see these aircraft and be absolutely inspired. Young people's eyes just light up and you realize that they are at the moment where they've been inspired. And they're going to learn and they're going to see that there are opportunities. There are going to be skills that they need to learn. And this is all the things that we teach here at the Education Center.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for us to support you.
Okay, run-up's complete.
Taxi check.
Brakes and
Flight
check.
instruments.
Checked and set.
All right, you want more takeoff?
Remember, this is just the beginning.
I felt at home right away in Cape Town. There's a really open quality in people who live by the ocean. The people here have a real sense of fun, of relaxation, lightness of touch. everywhere you look, there's real style and originality. And I think it's hard not to get caught up in it. It's got amazing food, incredible aromas and color, all the things that make life rich. But I keep getting drawn back to the mountain. It's a unique and incredible thing to have a mountain like that right in the center of a city. I mean, up there you can really feel the vibrancy of this city and its people. I find it so inspiring.
May 14th, 1607. Colonists travel ashore to Virginia to begin building Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement in the Western Hemisphere. 1804. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark leave St. Louis on their expedition to explore the Louisiana Territory in what's then America's uncharted West. 1948. In Tel Aviv, the independent state of Israel, the world's only Jewish state, is proclaimed as British rule in what's then known as Palestine comes to an end. 1973.
3, 2, we have ignition sequence start, all ignition.
NASA launches Skylab, America's first manned space station, into orbit from Cape Canaveral, Florida. 1944. Movie producer George Lucas, whose films include the Star Wars series and American Graffiti, is born in Modesto, California. And 1998. Singer and actor Frank Sinatra, also known as Old Blue Eyes and the chairman of the board, dies in Los Angeles at age 82. Today in history, May 14th. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,